Hello, everyone. Welcome back to more Endwalker. It's been like 2 weeks since the last recording. And the unfortunate part about that is that it means that, like, I'm gonna have to try to remember where we're at again. I do remember we're in Garlemald. I know that for everybody, it's like probably just been a day since the last episode. Because at the time of recording this, I've been doing like, one episode of one series followed by an episode of another series, and then back to the first, system. And it works. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy doing that. It definitely makes it so it's not like, oh, I'm just playing one game and screw anybody else, you know? Unfortunately, and I mentioned this in one of my Spirit Tracks episodes that tells you when this is being recorded. Excuse me. I made mention, like, I have a project that I'm doing where I've got to, like, record the whole thing, and then after I finish recording, I have to go back and, like, start from the beginning. That's because you can't access New Game Plus or anything until you've gone through everything. So once I reach the end of 9.0, I can New Game Plus, I can go back through track like where the first quest was that I started everything on, and then like get up to that spot, and then from there, like, that'll be the end of that episode, and then the next episode it'll be going back way back in time at that point. But yeah, all of this is being recorded way in advance. I'm sure I'll mention that when I go to New Game Plus mode or something, but we'll see how it goes. So you may be already aware of this. I don't know how this is actually airing yet. So there's that. Once again, we are still playing in Japanese. I probably don't need to remind you. Since, these are coming out probably one after the other, but Halsey and Elfino tell me they have finished their preliminary search for survivors, but have refrained from saying much more than that. Clearly they are reluctant to provide details. Might I ask for your account? So all the voicing is going to be in Japanese, though. Apologies if that annoys anybody, but that's just how it is. I hate the English voices.
一切承知した。各隊に共有し、生存者を発見した場合の対応について、より慎重を期してもらおう。
臣の宝章で眠っている方々については、後ほど私が保護に向かいます。
Whoops.
頼みます。力ギアたちのことについても
伝
えられそうだったら、どうか包み隠さずに。
申し訳ない。キコーラに辛い思いをさせてしまったの。
Yeah, I do remember
辛かったのは
freaking Lycinia.
私たちじゃないわ。でもありがとう。大丈夫だから他のみんなの状況を教えてもらえる？
だったら私から今しがたルキアたちにも報告したのだけれど、九段の民衆派のテンパード化を直すことができたわ。
Or the
彼
the
らから
popular
話
is
を聞けた
that
おかげで
okay
少し
yeah
は見えてきたわよ。デートがこの惨状になった経緯がね。
There should have been the word that between populares and Maxima because that's how you would say that. At least that's how I would say that.
知っての通り、バリステが急逝した後、新皇帝に名乗りを上げたネルワと、それに反対する人々によって内戦が引き起こされたの。
Nerva.
デートを舞台として、ネルワ派である第三軍団と反対派の主角である第一軍団が激戦を繰り広げたわ。
だけど普通なら自分たちの都で戦ったりしない。それは森に住まう者が木々を汚すのと同じ。誰にとっても忌むべき行いだ。なのに戦の火の手が上がってしまったのは、きっかけがあれば弾けてしまうほど敵意や怒りが蓄えられていたかららしい。
So were they already more or less tempered? Even then, I wonder.
貴公はギムリドでの戦いを覚えているだろうか。あの時バリステは早々に戦場から退いた。皇太子ゼノスは死亡しており、異形が肉体を操っている。そんな噂が流布されたことで、政敵であるティトゥスとその息子ネルワが非難を強めてきたからだ。
I mean, technically, he wasn't possessed by a demon. I mean, at least there's that. He was possessed by Elidibus. Now he's just himself again.
実際、
So,
エリリブスがゼノスの体を操っていた頃よね。
right.
ああ。だが、ティトゥスたちによる糾弾は真実にたどり着くことなく、早急に収束してしまった。運動の主角だった者たちが次々と消えていったからだ。左遷された者だけでなく、不可解な急死を遂げた者までいたらしい。
おそらくエリディブスがうまく立ち回ったのでしょうね。いずれの件もバリステが直接関与したという証拠はなかった。だとしても得しているのが誰かを考えれば、ティトゥスとネルは彼らの要する第三軍団がバリステによる粛清だと捉えたのは無理からぬ話よ。
Yeah, Elidibus, he wasn't really trying to cause the rejoining. He was, his whole thing was like keeping a balance between light and dark.
そうして彼らが怒りを募らせる中で、バリステが暗殺された。
Murdered,
実
supposedly,
行犯として名が上がったのは
by
ガイウスた
Gaius.
ちよ。
It was actually Zenos
けれ
that,
ど、
murdered
直
him,
後
but
にネルワが行為の後継者に名乗り出たことで、バリステの直属だった第一軍団はティトゥス・ネルワ派が仕掛けたクーデターだと捉えたの。
coup d'etat.
互いに先に剣を振り上げてきたのは相手だと考えていたわけだね。
加えてどちらにもそのタイミングで多額の資金提供があった。双方今戦えば相手を潰せるという目論みだったでしょう。
Yeah, it was
第
so
三軍団に
Elidibus.
ブルトゥス家からお金が流れてるって話は前に聞いたと思うけれど、第一軍団にも
House Brutus.
ええ。そして民衆派が調べたところによれば、いくらかの組織を経由してはいたものの、第一軍団に資金を流したのもブルトゥス家だったようです。
So what is House Brutus then?
ファダニエル、朝日になりすました彼に両軍団とも乗せられたのか。
Yeah.
そうして戦闘が始まり、数日が過ぎた夜のこと。治療した民衆派の同志によれば、爆発のような衝撃を感じたと。
So I had forgotten about the whole House Brutus Asahi thing. That was way back in Stormblood. And it's been, I don't know, 6 months or so since. Because I did Stormblood back at the beginning of 6.2. And as of time of recording, it is like literally patch day for 6.3. So that really tells you when this game was recorded.
マグナ・グラキエスで我々と戦ったことも全く覚えていないそうです。
Okay. So they don't know what happened after that.
魔道場を改築したことについては、夢の中でバリス邸の命令を受けた気がすると言っています。
Varys? Really?
ガレマールの意向を世界に示さん。バブイルの塔を築き上げ。
Of course it's the Tower of Babel. Why wouldn't it be the Tower of Babel?
それって
君たちにも見てもらいたいものがある。実は。
Oh yeah, there's the voice of Varys that's been like traveling across Garlemald with the radios. So maybe that is, you know, Varys.
バリス邸の声が録音されたものでないとしたら確かに不可解ですね。
I mean, I don't know that Varys would have known. See, that's one thing that I'm unsure of, because, like, I don't know how Xenos even came to realize, like, that he could, like, detach his soul the way he does. And, like, transfer it and basically become an Ashian. I don't know how he even, like, came to realize that. Let alone, like, how somebody else would come to realize that. I could definitely see Varys maybe figuring that there was a way. But,
あら、同意見のようね。
Then again, I mean, this is...
その装置に使われている鉱石、すごく似たエーテルを帯びているように感じるんだ。
私にもそう見えるわ。意図してはいないでしょうけれど、その装置でもある程度はエーテル放射を遮断できるのではないかしら。だとしたら、そうね。さっきの話にあった爆発のような衝撃を感じた夜に、ガレマルド一帯に
Maybe they turned Varys into a primal.
多くの人は精神汚染を受けたけれど、ラジオのそばで戦況を聞こうとしていた人だけが助かった。なんて真相だったのかもしれないわ。
だからリキニアたちはこれを。
お話中すみません。警備中に私たちが運び込んだ物資を持ち出そうとしている帝国兵らしき方を見つけました。テンパードではないみたいです。戦いになりかけたのですが、マグナイさんがどうにか止めてくれて、今は外で待機してもらっています。
Probably a good idea.
彼が
彼は
Should I know you? Feel like I've seen this blue-haired guy, but I don't know. Maybe not.
ルキア・ユニウス、イシュガルドの神殿騎士だ。キコ。
Whoops.
ユルスピル・ノルバヌス。
Julius
それ以上侵略者にくれてやる情報はない。
Julius Pierre Norbanus. Okay.
では、ユルス殿。我々がここにいる目的は侵略ではないことをまずご理解いただきたい。エオルゼアおよび東方諸国はテロフォロイと名乗る者たちが招いた混乱と戦っている。ガレマルドの民も同じだろう。故に苦境に抗う同胞として貴公らを支援しに来た。そのために結成された有志の派遣団なのだ。わかった。私たちを受け入れられないならそれでいい。ただ一つ確認させてくれ。ちゃんと生きていく当てはあるのか。幽国の軍人である貴公が盗みを選んだほどだ。相当に逼迫した事態だとお見受けする。必要なものがあれば伝えてほしい。押し付けられたとでも奪ってやったとでも思ってもらって構わない。
お前たちとの関わり方を決めるのは俺じゃない。俺の上官だ。だから上官と直接話をしてもらう。代表者を出せ。多くても3人までだ。
Well, I mean, at least me.
どうしたものかしらね。乗るって言うなら私たちで。
よければ私とアリゼに行かせてくれないだろうか。
Sure.
あなたたち。
ガレマルドの人々にとっては命と未来をかけた選択なんだ。私たちもちゃんと同じものをかけよう。
It's always a tower
今
of
度は
Babel,
来ていい
though.
って言ってくれてるわけでしょ。ね、こうなったりだわ。
I'm going with you. What would your mother say if I let you two go by yourselves? Yes. Of course it's me.
貴公がそういうのであれば異論を唱えるのはやめよう。くれぐれもよろしく頼む。
Of course.
子供2人に傭兵風情か。侮られたものだな。
Hey, I'm the champion of freaking the world, so...
そちらこそ侮らないでいただきたい。彼らは十分すぎるほど我々を代表するに足る者たちだ。
Indeed.
俺たちの拠点まではしばらく歩く。武器は返してもらうぞ。
Ooh, Gunblade. Okay. So he is Gunbreaker. Oh, hi, kitty. I wonder if he's gonna replace, like, Thancred in, like, the dungeons, since he's the Gunbreaker. So he's the tank. Will be received as invited guests, and so I urge you to observe proper social etiquette and conduct yourselves accordingly. A safe return takes precedence above all else, remember this. Thancred in particular will be worried sick if you're gone too long. May the Fury watch over and keep you. Are you and the children ready? I will explain the route once we are outside your camp. If anyone attempts to follow us, we will judge it an act of hostility. We will not hesitate to take appropriate measures. I would expect nothing less. You have our full cooperation. Alright. Somehow... Or no, never mind. I was gonna say somehow they're behind me, but no, I realized that they did walk in this direction, I think. So, the Eblin Rhyme. Oh yeah, we did discover like all of this. That's right. I remember now. It has been a little while. There's Tertium. I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming that's probably where we're headed. Either that or it's the Horia Kempai right up there, but guess we'll find out. Alright, this is far enough. Listen carefully. We head over that hill, then follow the road until we reach Liminal Station 4. Children in the lead, I want you where I can see you. We do have names, you know. I'm Alice, and he's Elfino. And last but not least, there's Kassandra. Kassandra. Have I heard that name before? No matter. Elfino and Alice will watch the road ahead while we bring up the rear. Wasn't lying about there being many dangers. So you're to run, not saunter. Run towards the station. If you even think about going for your weapon, the deal's off. Should any creatures bar the way, we go around them. Once you choose to depart, Julius will accompany you. Elfino and Alice will then begin moving towards the destination. Oh boy. Alright. Ready to make a dash for the station? Over that hill, right? Gonna go around this bear. This must be the road he mentioned. If we follow this, it should lead to the station. I do like they've been doing this a bit more. Not the easiest surface to run on. It's like there's so many quests like prior to this and like the other expansions that I was always like, yeah, the characters were like, you go ahead and lead the way, and then they walk off. Better not draw attention. And I was always just like, that's the station, I presume. I like the way that they're doing this, where it's not necessarily an escort quest, but it's also not like, not an escort quest, I guess. I don't know what the word would be for it. You know. Speak with Julius inside the circle. And this is it. The first stop, that is. Good. It looks like your friends knew better than to follow us. Are these your headquarters? No, we're stopping here so I can check for pursuers. Since it appears you've kept to your side of the bargain, we can carry on. Alright, yeah, so it looks like we're probably gonna go, to Tertium in that case. North of the station is Reggio d'Amorum, one of the many residential areas, or at least it was. The afflicted roam the streets in packs. The terrace to shreds, if given the chance. Keep close. No wandering off, understood? Hey, Peter Footgear, not that I need it, but still. The last bastion. Julius knows only too well that danger lurks around every corner. From here we'll be heading northeast, keeping to the left of the railway. While the route itself is straightforward, getting past the hordes unseen is anything but. Keep your weapons at the ready. They would attack their own countrymen. Aye, they spare their own but slaughter the rest without hesitation. They will try to avoid detection. Chances of sneaking by completely unnoticed are slim at best. I will lead the way, but in the event we are seen, you are to fight them off. These two will follow us, provided they can refrain from drawing their weapons. While I doubt they would be foolish enough to stab their guide in the back, I will not take that chance. With that said, let us proceed. But in this case, they just wander on. But that's because it's gonna make us like go somewhere and like stop at a destination. And then it's like, watch for enemies in this area, you know? Or this kind of thing. The idea is that they can't do both of those mechanics. Ow. Also, I love that, like, Julius is just not doing anything at all. I mean, he did say that would be up to me to fight, but I still think that's so, like, hilarious. Where it's just like, oh yeah, no, I'm just gonna stand here. You know? Same with, like, Elfino and Alisei. And I guess they were told they were not allowed to draw their weapons. But still. I see why your comrade shows you. Julius, our contingent has a cure for the afflicted, or tempered, as we call them. Our people would need to be taken into custody that we may administer the treatment, but they would eventually regain their sanity. So that's so. For all I know, your treatment would simply force them to forsake one master for another. As far as I and my legion are concerned, they are no longer our people. They're beyond saving. Those who thought differently and tried to reason with them were butchered for their bleeding hearts. Come, we have to keep moving. Alright, towards the runaway train. I don't assume that this is their, like, base, but I'm assuming that we're gonna get to freaking Tertium. But who knows? We'll see when we get to the end of the quest, I guess. You're under attack! Ah, frick you. They freaking stunned me. Looks like we're not being followed. We'll continue onward. But yeah, in this case, the quest, they wanted you to fight some of the tempered, so they couldn't just have you follow the guy, you know? Please go away, Evelyn Ice Trap. I don't want to fight you in the middle of dialogue. Meant what I said. These people deserve only death. I stayed my hand before, only out of a desire to remain undiscovered. And that is still the higher priority. We should continue to avoid any unnecessary confrontations. Keep following the railway. Yep. We're headed off to Tertium. That's what I figured. That looks like we're actually just going to Tertium now, so I can just run my way there. I mean, I suppose I could mount and travel there, but then I don't get to, you know, follow the railway, because I would just like take a direct route. So. Uh-oh. Whoop. For a split second, I like disconnected apparently. Going to the thing. Oh, hi. These guys are very tempered, aren't they? It is interesting how quickly the like tempering, this particular like tempering went. I'm sure it's just like a story element, you know. It's like, you know, well, we wanted, or not a story element, but like a game element where it's like, well, we wanted some of them to be like wicked and nasty, you know. So, look at what they have become. Would you still stand there and claim that they can be cured? Those exposed to a vast quantity of a primal aether may suffer severe corruption. Even with treatment, such victims are beyond salvation. Then you admit it. That you have seen these monstrosities for yourself, perhaps you'll think twice before speaking of a cure. Oh, are we going past Tertium? Wait. We're not stopping here at Tertium. In fact, I don't even see a way into, like, there's a rock here that's, like, covering Tertium. So, like, huh. Interesting. Also, I haven't been using my ether compass, and I just realized this. But yeah, like, there's, like, a place here, but yet not at the same time. So that's interesting. I'm gonna just take a quick jaunt around, but generally this kind of thing means like, oh, you can't get in there yet, you know? So, but also like on the mini-map, it shows it as being like a crater. This is clearly not a crater. So, like, this is a whole thing. So, alright, well, I guess we're not going to Tertium after all. We're going, I guess, beyond Tertium. I guess Tertium doesn't exist yet. And FF14 just hasn't, like, gotten, like map, like the map like technology, because like World of Warcraft will like change the area itself, and then like the map will change, and like entire areas will be like changed and revealed. But this is like, oh, there's this giant crater here, except that it's not. So like, it's just weird, in my opinion. We're almost there. We've kept your side of the agreement, so I will keep mine. This way. Oh. I don't know what mount that is, but that was kind of cool. That guy flying over. But yeah, I'm sure Tertium will, like, something will happen. There'll be, like, a crater left, and then, like, we create Tertium or something. Hey, Yuzuki! One of I know that person. This is Tertium, one of Garlemald's largest stations. Now serves as our headquarters. Oh, it's underground! That's what it is. I've already sent the twins ahead. I'll be with you soon, so wait for me at the bottom of the stairs. That's what it is. It's underground. Oh, yeah, this confused me in Stormblood too, because there was like you had to go underwater to like access one of the like towns, but I didn't have the ability to go underwater at the time, you know, so I'm just like, what the frick, you know, how do I do this? So, hey, so we did go to Terratio. Nice. Okay, cool. It does look like it's a crater, so I guess this makes sense. Going down into this area. God, there's so many different aetherites this expansion. Plain to see why they chose this as their base of operations. And they could have done a lot worse. Even so, I imagine it's not the easiest place to live. Indeed, if Julius was willing to make the perilous journey to Camp Broken Glass in search of food, their own supplies must be all but exhausted. They may be shielded from the wind and snow, but still bitterly cold. Much like Victor's spoils, it must be a constant struggle to keep their people warm. Lower your voices. While you may be here as my guests, the others will not take kindly to your presence. My commander's in the locomotive over there. Okie dokie Loki. So I see. So this is this is a train station, basically. Or rather, it was a train station in Garlemald. But, oh, the Aetherite is not responding. That makes sense. I probably gotta talk to the dude, and then it will let me do that, so. Imposing Commander. I suppose he is a little imposing, isn't he? So, they're not wrong. I mean, like, I've already seen the guy. Why? I don't know. I don't get why it's like, oh, we've got to hide the face. I've already seen the guy. You know? I took a picture with him. Okay. Quintus von Kina, Legatus of the First Legion. I've always been confused. Why is Legatus lowercase l? Shouldn't it be higher case, like uppercase L?
ご無事でいらっしゃったのですか?
主を失い、都を失い、兵の大半を失った。この身ももはや一騎当選の働きを幇助することはできぬ。
Oops.
もっともそちらにとっては好都合であろうがな。
ご気分を害してしまったのならお詫び申し上げます。ですが、私たちに敵意はありません。
若いな。敵意などなくとも利害が生じる限り人は殺し合えよう。
I mean, yeah, unfortunately.
我らガレオンは豊かに実る故郷を追われた。この極北においてもなお多民族の侵攻に耐えねばならなかった。魔導兵器は革新的なものであったが、あれもまた主勢にとどまっていれば奪われていたことだろう。
I mean, we weren't the ones that drove you here.
故にソルテーもバリステーも半島の拡大を掲げ、より強い帝国を目指したのだ。
おっしゃることはごもっともです。それでも私は人を動かすのは利害のみではないと若輩ながらに見てまいりました。今回の件にしてもテロフォロイの脅威を前に力を合わせたいという打算がないわけではありませんが、何よりもあなた方が必要としているのならば協力したいと思った。それでこちらへ伺ったのです。
お前の言葉を疑いはせぬ。だが前線の兵がどれだけ義勇に駆られようが国家は善意などでは動かない。そこに益なくば国をなす民を守れぬからだ。仮に派遣団からの支援を受ければ眼前の脅威が去った後に必ず対価を要求されるだろう。ガレマール帝国は英語諸外国に頭を押さえつけられ、額の第三の目は飼い犬の象徴とのそしりを受けよう。
そんなことをしようとしたら私は止める。他にも異を唱える人はいるはずよ。良い世界を望む心も決して絶やせないものだから。って言えるのは私が実際にそういう人たちと出会ってきたからなんでしょうね。あなたにはざれ言にしか聞こえないかもしれないわ。だから信じてとは言わない。まずはあなたが望むかどうかだけ聞かせてください。
不幸を誰かに押し付けるのではなく、皆で乗り越えようとする世界を模索していけないでしょうか。ガレアンの人々と我々でそんな未来への一歩を踏み出せはしないでしょうか。
では逆に問おう、若き異国の民よ。調和を望むのであればなぜガレマールによる世界統治を受け入れなかった。我らがお前たちの神を信じなかったからか。我らとお前たちの形が違うからか。お前たちと異なる理想を法を掲げ、異なるものを愛するからか。そうだとも。不和は争いを生み、調和の先に自由はない。誰もを幸福にできる道などないのだ。
I mean, he's saying some like.
なれば我らガレアンは最後まで自由と誇りのために争おう。私の望みはそれだけだ。
Like he's saying some. He is saying some like thought-provoking stuff, honestly.
話はもう良いな。むやみに危害を加えたりはせぬ。ただ我々のなすべきことが決まるまで しばし身柄を預からせてもらおう。
抵抗はしません。しかし滞在する間、ここにいる人々と話をさせていただきたい。
よかろう。どのみちこの寒さでは閉じ込めたが最後、翌朝には通したいだ。それでは何の価値もない。この者たちに首輪を。
Magitech collars of some kind.
これは
お前たちには監視をつける。我々の意に沿わぬ行動をとった場合、相応の苦痛を味わうことになるだろう。待て、それには近寄るな。
Of course. Hmm?
九段のエオルゼアの英雄だ。
Ah, there we go. Now Julius realizes who we are.
お前たちではそれ自身は封じられまい。妙な動きをするようであれば、双子の装置を作動させろ。
私たちなら大丈夫だ。
こんなの忘れちゃうくらいみんなと楽しく話しましょう。
なお言うか。何がお前たちをそこまで駆り立てる。
Because, like, we legitimately just want to help. 'Cause even the most bitter adversary may one day see reason. On the coldest, blackest night, meager though it may be, we must share the warmth of our fire. I like that one. Yep. Force the phone.
Wakaranu na. 名だたる軍団を壊滅せしめた悪鬼でさえかような夢見事を吐くか。連れて行け。お前が監視役だ。
All right. I bet now we can, like, interact with stuff. Like the etherite and things like that. The last bastion. Now let's see if we can actually interact with the etherite. Nope, still not. That's slightly annoying. Persone non grate. Julius has his orders, unpleasant though they may be. As per Lord Quintus's instructions, I'm to supervise you during our time here in Tertium. Before you ask, no, I don't have a key or any other means to remove your collars. Nor would I tell you if I did. If you try anything, you'll soon wish you hadn't. So, do you truly intend to speak with the others? Or was that merely a ruse? We're in no hurry to disobey Lord Quintus, if that's what you mean. Or perhaps you doubt the wisdom of his decision. Do as you will, but remember, I'll be watching. If I catch wind of you doing anything untoward, trying to trick our people into turning their coats and the like, Those shock collars will be the least of your worries, understood? Though we're somewhat compromised, to put it lightly. Let's not waste this opportunity. I suggest splitting up and learning what we can of the situation. Above all else, don't use magic of any sort. You, on the other hand, may go wheresoever you wish, even outside the camp. Know full well I can't stop you if I tried. But do not forget, if you do anything to endanger us or our interests, Alphino and Elisay will pay the price. Not a problem. You came with Julius, didn't you? Well, whatever business brought you here, you'd best keep your hands off that aetherite. It's deactivated, but I'd rather you didn't mess about with it. There are others throughout the city, built by Garleans, for Garleans. You could teleport all over in the blink of an eye, provided there was a terminal nearby. Those days, however, we used the aetherite's power to keep this place lit, though that comes at the cost of its normal function. Alright, got it. It's just interesting because they have done the whole, like, deactivating an aetherite before thing. So I'm really surprised that they haven't actually done that. It's you, Kassandra Sevilla. I served under Lord Gaius in the 14th Legion. I was there on the night the Praetorium fell. You and your adventurers, you killed them. My comrades, my friends, swept them aside in their dozens, so they were nothing to you. Maybe I am too. It's another faithless enemy to be cut down, but it won't be long until our countrymen return. Till you get what you deserve, mark my words. They attacked me, to be clear. It's so cold. And soldiers on the verge of losing consciousness. Oh no. Nope. Okay, so yeah, no, I can't interact with anything yet. I know who you are. So-called champion of Eorzea. Come to gloat, have you? I'll wipe that smirk off your face. By the blood of our fallen compatriots, I swear I'll... Ugh! Damn. 'Twas the sutures. Of all the times, the worst of the lot within striking distance, I can't even muster the strength. If it weren't for the third bleeding us, would be the end of you. For Gilla's treachery nearly cost Lord Quintus his life, but we made our escape. Took shelter in a mansion, tended to the wounded as we prepared to strike back. And then, night fell and we gathered around the radio. Then the roar. A terrible roar. The capital was in chaos, but we were spared. If you can call this a mercy, mind intact but body broken, a soldier in name alone. I'd cut you down where you stand if I could, murderer. Magitech radio. The radio is the same model as the one used at Victor's Spoils. Perhaps it is what saved the soldiers here from being tempered. Makes sense. Makes sense. It does make me wonder. It is still playing like that one track, right? So, like, who is playing it? You know? Did you learn anything of note? Quite a few things. Your findings are consistent with my own. Their plight is desperate indeed. The sick and injured are at greater risk. Without warmth and proper nutrition, I fear they will soon perish. I realize there is precious little we can do for them at present, but I cannot bear to see them suffer. Please, will you help me tend to them? Certainly. However I do that. Assist Flavius. Don't mind me, I'll just hold my hand out here. Who's there? My eyes, I can't see all that well. Thank you. The numbness has subsided a little. But I know I won't last much longer. So look to the others who can still fight. Give them my ration. If me going hungry means someone else lives to see another day, so be it. At least I can still serve in that way. So, those you met fare no better. I was afraid you would say that. I know we were warned against meddling in their affairs, but we can't leave them like this. Perhaps we might gain permission to have the contingent deliver supplies. Quintus may have made his feelings on the matter quite clear, but even he must recognize they are not in a position to refuse help. Maybe Julius could persuade him, though we'd need to persuade Julius first. Let's go speak with Julius then. Well, seen enough? Julius, the people here have barely enough food and fuel to survive. Have you and the other soldiers been able to procure any more supplies? We've been scavenging provisions from nearby houses, as most families kept some stored away in the event they were snowed in. Still, going out and getting it is dangerous work. We have a lot of mouths to feed. Fuel is the greater concern, though. We had some ceruleum set aside till it was stolen. We haven't identified the culprit. Could have been other refugees or one of the afflicted for all we know. Either way, we're down to the last dredges. Without the heating they need, those in poor health are only going to get worse instead of better. If it's ceruleum you need, our contingent has secured a ready supply. We can have some sent over. We will not accept your charity. If we can hold on a little longer, the situation is sure to change. Aye, everything will change. One of your comrades mentioned something along those lines. Those mysterious countrymen of yours, I assume. Heard something of it, have you? Well, from what I've seen, there's little you could do to interfere, so there's no harm in telling you. One of our scouts spotted a hooded man issuing instructions to the afflicted, or in the bastard's words, loyal servants of the Telephori. Then he made his way inside the Imperial Palace, or what stands in its place. We'd identified it as the seat of the enemy's power, we realized. Lord Quintus dispatched a messenger to the 10th Legion saying as much, and instructing them to join forces with the provincial legions, to prepare for a combined assault on the Telephori. Once our allies arrive, our contingent will be sent running for the hills. Then we shall reclaim the capital by our own hand. Now, how do you intend to survive in the meantime? At this rate, many of our countrymen will perish long before reinforcements reach Garlemald. They need help now. Say the word and we will bring you ceruleum. I will speak with Lord Quintus. So, did he agree to it? Of course not. No, he will not place Garlemald in the debt of our enemies. I have, however, been ordered to search for ceruleum outside. As you are under my watch, you will come with me. Sure. Very well. After all, many hands make light work. You lot are more trouble than you're worth. Once we are outside, you will follow my instructions to the letter. We depart shortly. I really like the fact that the Garleans, usually in like an RPG, right? It would just be like, oh, okay, you came, you're the hero, yada yada. Here it's like, no, they're very much just like, nah. And like, we're having to do our hardest to even remotely try to get somewhere with these people, I really like that. Like, I really, really like that, Like, it's really, it shows how this would actually play out, you know? It's not like we're walking into Garlemald and it's like, oh, hey, you know, everything's hunky-dory. You know, we're walking into freaking Garlemald and it's like, yeah, everything has gone to shit and things are just getting worse. We don't trust you. You're literally our enemy. Like, why would you... You know, why would we even for a second believe that you're here to help us? I really like that. Julius finds himself in the somewhat bizarre position of leading ambassadors of an enemy contingent on a salvage mission. We begin our search for Ceruleum in Regio Urbanissima. First location is Forum Solius, parked to the northwest of the station. You are to remain close at all times and act only as ordered. Follow me. Speaking of ether, though, to the northwest, okay. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying this. This is, like, really well done, you know? So, I'm really enjoying the way this is set up. So, that said, before we go too far, I think this is actually a pretty good spot to end things off at. R.I.P. this person. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, feel free to subscribe. You can check the video description down below, where there's a link to the playlist. There also should be, holy mother of God, I didn't realize we were this close to this thing. I thought that would be like way off, you know. Well, I guess it is, because like the edge of the map is like just up here, right? So, but I figured that, like, that would be, like, even further beyond, you know? I didn't think it would be right there. So, cool. But yeah, check the video description for a link to Discord and to Patreon, where you can come on out, hang out with us, and chat, and all that, as well as support the channel. So... and with that, I will see you all next time. Oh my God, all of this is in absolute ruins. You know, when I saw pictures of this place back in, like, Stormblood, I was like, man, why is Garlemald, like, in ruins in these pictures? Now I see. Also, holy crap, dude. Holy crap. Whoops.